Greetings everyone, and welcome to another Halloween horror video. I do apologize most profusely for the lack of videos over the past week or so. I unexpectedly came down with a killer cold. You can probably hear my voice is very low and sexy right now. How you doing? Welcome to the Multimedia Chronicles. Yeah, so kind of on the last legs of it now, but I figure, you know what? That's what the magic of editing is for. I can just, if I suddenly find myself in the middle of a big coughing jag or sniffing most profusely, I can just cut that out later. But we got Halloweening to do, and I'll be damned if I'm going to let some stupid, badly timed cold interfere with my Halloween fun. For fuck's sake. So let's get on with it, shall we? Recently made the rounds around town, checking out all the various Halloween blowout sales, and picked up a stack of Blu-rays. So many, in fact, that we're going to spread it across probably 2 or 3 updates. So let's start with the first one. Halloween blowout sale. Today on the Multimedia Chronicles. Welcome back. Yeah, I thought we'd try to drag the music stand in for this one just because there's so much stuff. It'd be a lot easier to display it rather than just using the individual little stands here. Alrighty, so Halloween blowout sale. There's been some pretty good ones this year. My only regret is I wish I lived in a bigger town so I would have had a bit of a wider selection. But I did manage to pick up quite a few that I've had my eye on for a while. Picked up a few replacements for ones that I had to get rid of back in the day. So nice to get those back in the collection. But there was one particular collection that was out that was put out this year, kind of a novel way to clear out some, I guess, overstock that the studios had. I think it was Fox, if I'm not mistaken. Let me just take a quick gander down here. Just give me a second here. Fox and MGM. But anyway, Fox had a bunch of these single disc releases, generally bargain bin Blu-ray titles to begin with, and found a rather novel way to market them and suddenly make them very desirable to collectors such as myself, and Skinslip and Stoudman have also picked up quite a few of them as well. They did a total, apparently they're doing these not just for horror movies, they're doing it for other stuff as well. The only ones I was really interested in was the horror movie titles, obviously. So these are titles that you've probably seen in the bargain bins quite a bit. Some of them are pretty good releases with lots of extras, others are basically just bare bones presentation. But you couldn't go wrong with the price, man. I mean, I didn't pay more than $6.88 for any one of these titles. And the vast majority of them, I paid $4.99. So pretty damn good. And there's some pretty damn good movies in these collections as well. Now, some of these I will probably end up double dipping on because I know there are collected editions that have, if it's part of a series or whatever, that have the whole series or more extras or what have you. But, I mean, for that price, I didn't mind dipping into them just to see the movies again, or to see them for the first time in some cases, and also for the collectibleness. Now, as I mentioned, they did this for a few different types of movies, but the big thing this year is the horror movies. They did a total of 13, I believe, 12 or 13. I think it was 13. Good number for a Halloween selection. And how they made them collectible was, well, for example, we have The Return of the Living Dead, which I just watched again recently. I had not actually seen it since it was new, so there will probably be a review of this coming up very shortly. Now, this is a very nice edition that's been out for a while. You've probably seen it around. It's got a pile of extras on it. But here's the thing. Here's how they made it a little more collectible. Inserted in the packaging, they have this brand new art card for the cover. Now, it is removable. You got the original Blu-ray artwork there, And yeah, and it was just kind of held on the cover with some of that good old snot glue that we all love so much. Now it is small enough that if you so desire, it is correctly proportioned. So you can actually, and I believe Skin Slip did this with all of his, he may or may not keep them that way, but you can actually have it as the cover. Like you can insert it into the case and have it as the cover. It doesn't quite, it's not quite a perfect fit, but it's pretty damn close. Yeah, a little bit tight on the spine edge there. But I mean, check out the new artwork. I mean, that is gorgeous. So they've done 13 of these with these new art cards, or faceplates, or tip-ins, depending who you talk to. They go by many names. I just call them art cards, because that's basically what they are. So, alas, I was not able to find all 13 of them locally. If you want all of them, chances are you'll have to special order at least a few. I'm not going out of my way to find them. I basically saw them in my travels, and I just grabbed the ones that I saw. So that was that. And a lot of them were movies that, as I said, I'd been wanting to see again for a long time, or just been wanting to see in general. So next up, we have Misery. Yes, the Stephen King classic, the one that made Kathy Bates a freaking superstar. Watched this again, too. We'll probably do a video about this. Love this art card. Really, really nice job on that. And then, honestly, the original cover is kind of lackluster. Not too thrilled with that. There was a DVD special edition a few years back, and I think it made its way onto some of the Blu-ray editions as well, which had a much nicer cover. It was a picture of Kathy Bates with the knife. But really good movie. I forgot just how good a movie this is. And before anyone asks, no, I've not read the book. I actually haven't read any of Stephen King's books. More of a movie guy in that respect. I don't read a lot of horror fiction. More just kind of lean towards the movie side of things for that. But I have seen a lot of the Stephen King movies and movie adaptations. Let's just move these over a little bit here. So next up, I mentioned Stoudman earlier. This is one of his all-time favorite horror movies, and he's been raving about it for years, so I've really been wanting to check it out. There is a second one, of course, but the deal only applies to the first one. We have Jeepers Creepers. Yes, everybody's favorite killer scarecrow. And here we have, again, kind of a modernized cover. Not really all that great, to be honest, but definitely like that art card. That is really nice. I've never actually seen this, so I'm definitely looking forward to checking that out and seeing what Stoud's been raving about all these years. Next up, this is one I've seen this before many years ago, so I'm probably going to watch it again this year because I haven't seen it for a very long time, probably at least 20 years. There is a remake that came out recently that I'm actually very interested to see because I really like the actress who portrays the lead character in the remake. I think she's done some great stuff in recent years, and would really be interested to see her take from an acting perspective on the character. We have another Stephen King classic brought to life, Carrie. Yeah, this is, of course, the original with Sissy Spacek and John Travolta. Really good cover there. Great stuff. And again, kind of a modernized cover. This one isn't too bad, actually. But, I don't know, I don't really care for the modernizations of these classic covers. I don't know how well you can see this, but I mentioned the snot glue. This is one complaint I have about these, is the snot glue. It almost seems like they applied it a little too hot, and it partially melted the front of the case. So you can remove it. You can remove the art cards quite painlessly, no damage whatsoever. It comes off of these, no problem. But expect there to be some light damage to the actual cases there. Remove that. You okay there? Alright, I don't know how well these are gonna... Yeah, anyway, so got 4 there. And then this is one that, funny enough, I actually had just repurchased like the day before at, I think it was HMV. We had the Last House on the Left, which you may recall I did a review of a couple of Halloweens ago. Actually, I don't think it was even Halloween. I think it was just like the middle of the year. I was doing like my year of horror, which was kind of a year of horror, but not really. One year I might actually do that properly. But the Last House on the Left, whoops, and then I had completely forgotten but it has an art card version too. So yes, I have it twice now. So if one of them ever burns out or gets scratched, I am covered. And it's the exact same edition. This is, of course, the original, not the remake. I've heard the remakes... Well, I've heard mixed reviews of the remake. I'll probably check it out at some point, if only because apparently Wes Craven was involved with the remake. So I might check it out out of curiosity. Honestly, I don't know. I mean, I was so blown away by the original. I don't know how anything could ever hope to come close. This is not going to work, is it? Oh, maybe. That's going to fall like any moment. But all right, and there it goes. Yeah, where did it go? There it is. All right, let's I don't know. Let's maybe line up the art cards along the bottom here. Doesn't really matter. So some people are basically choosing to keep them in with the cases. Myself, I'm gonna actually keep them separate. Once we finish this update, I'm gonna put them in their own little, section, probably with my collection of backings and such from steelbooks and box sets and whatnot. Next up, we have this one I actually have not seen since it was in the theater, but it was one that I always had a bit of a soft spot for, just for the simple novelty of seeing so much of H.R. Giger's crazy artwork and biomechanical design brought to life on the screen. We have Species. Ow, my hand. Sorry, I was holding it at an awkward angle and my finger was about to explode. So we have Species, which, again, pretty cool cover there. And you've probably seen this in the bargain bins for years. Just a straightforward edition. Few extras on there. Most of these are fairly bare bones, but they do have some extras. Next up, this is actually one I've been wanting to get the Blu-ray of for a while, because I heard it was really just a really good transfer. And speaking of remakes, this is a remake that's actually really, really good, and definitely worth checking out. We have the 1978, I think. Yes, 1978 version of Invasion of the Body Snatchers. Now, this is a really cool art card. It has kind of the whole idea is these alien plant creatures are taking us over and replicating us. So the artist chose to do it sort of like a rib cage with a flower and stuff like that. So it's like a plant becoming one of us. Very cool stuff. You've probably seen this movie parodied a few times. I actually want to pick up The Invasion, which is another take on that story. I thought I had it, actually, but I think I actually had the DVD a while back, and then I got rid of it because I was just going to pick up the Blu-ray, because I see it in the bargain bins all the time. So I'm probably going to pick up the Blu-ray at some point relatively soon and do a double bill with this, and we'll go from there. Next up, we have, this is a sequel that I've been meaning to see for ages. I know this is one of Skinslip's all-time favorites, like ever, and he raves about it quite a bit, and he's been very careful not to give me any spoilers, so I'm definitely going to enjoy checking this out. We have the Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2. Yeah, now this art card, this is really good. This is, I think, one of the better ones. That is just a gorgeous, gorgeous picture right there. And then the original cover, basically modernized to look like, you'd almost think it's one of the Saw movies if you didn't know better. But, yeah, it's not. So that's the 1989, I believe? 1986. The 1986 sequel. So, what was it? 12 years after the original. So, pretty cool stuff. It's a Texas Chainsaw 2. So this is another one of the really good ones. This is another movie that I've seen, but literally have not seen since it was new. I remember my dad and I actually rented this, which was kind of funny. Rented it on VHS back when it first came out, which is kind of funny because my dad doesn't generally watch horror movies, but he actually really enjoyed this a lot, and we really enjoyed the dark humor of it and just had a lot of fun with it. We have the original Child's Play. Now this, of course, is available in multiple sets and collections and whatnot, but I mean, this was literally $5, so how can I go wrong with that? And I mean, that is a gorgeous art card. This is also one of the better art cards, I think. It's just a great painting of Chucky. And then we just got the regular cover there. So pretty cool stuff. I'm not sure where these are going to go. Just put it there, and we'll put this Here. There we go. Getting kind of cluttered here. And then finally, this is the most amazing art card of all. Not really. Oh, shit. Knew that was going to happen. Then we have The Lost Boys. I actually have not owned... Have I owned it on DVD? I may have had this briefly on DVD, but I haven't, like, owned it from memory. What the hell? It went, like, all the way across the room. I haven't owned it, as far as I recall. Like, I don't recall actually seeing it while owning it, since I had it on Laserdisc many, many moons ago. I actually used to have the Laserdisc. Now, this is not a part of the art card collection. You may recall, I think it was last year, I picked up the Nightmare on Elm Street remake, and it had one of these Halloween-y inserts. Same thing. It's the exact same cover, just with a spiderweb pattern. And this one was not glued to the cover, and I really wish they had done these in the same way. Then we wouldn't have all these freaking damaged covers. Well, this isn't one of them, but all of these covers have minor damage from the heat of the glue used to stick the art card to it. And yeah, so anyway, let's see what we got here. So just take another quick look here if we can. Try to... Oh my god, will you stop flying across the room? They're possessed. It's because I'm doing this in the kitchen. I swear, everybody tells me my kitchen is cursed. Such as the mishap with the Halloween set. Yeah. So here we go. So we got Last House on the left. We got Jeepers Creepers. Got, which one is that? Return of the Living Dead. Invasion of the Body Snatchers. Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2. Child's Play. Species. Misery. Carrie. Any others? No, that's it. We're done. Yeah, so pretty cool. Let's pick this up off the floor too. Alright. Art cards. Get them. They're cheap. And then, you know, if you have a superior edition of the movie, just sell it or something. Just, you know, recycle it at the local pawn shop and trade it in for something you don't have. But, you know, if you do love art cards, such as I do, and I mean, these are a really nice set, and I'm actually quite impressed by the job they did on them. A couple of the others, I believe, so I got 9 of them, basically, 9 of the 13. Lost Boys, obviously, is not one of them. But I got 9 of the 13, and I know 2 I'm missing are Killer Clowns from Outer Space. That one's really good, and I would really like to get that one. I just haven't been able to find it anywhere. The other one is the Amityville Horror, which actually has a really nice art card as well. I'm not too worried about that one because I plan to pick up the set. There's a set that Scream Factory put out that has the first 3 and a bunch of extras on Blu-ray, and I'd like to get that. I haven't been in a big rush because I've also got the DVD set that MGM put out a few years back, and it's quite a nice DVD set. Lots of cool extras on there. And I honestly don't remember what the other 2 are, but I know there's 2 more. But anyway, get them if you want them, or if you don't want them, don't get them. But I like them. I think they're kind of cool, and they're cheap. I mean, this whole collection here cost me, what is it, like around 50, maybe $60 for, you know, a good stack of quality horror movies from over the years, and some cool art cards. And there was some stuff here that I was wanting to get anyway. Like, I've actually wanting to get Species for ages, Invasion of the Body Snatchers, Return of the Living Dead, all kinds of stuff. Misery I've been wanting to see again for years. Jeepers Creepers I've been wanting to see. So a lot of this stuff is stuff that I wanted anyway, and it just sort of gave me added incentive to pick it up. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So more Halloween horror blowout Blu-rays and DVDs next time. Until then, that's it from me to you for now. So thanks for watching, and sayonara.